Jaylon Johnson kind of alluded to the hype that always surrounds the Bears this time of year. You know it as a Bears fan. We've won a couple offseason championships. Here's what Jaylon Johnson said about that hype in the offseason.
That don't got nothing to do with me. The only thing that has anything to do with me is the work that I put in, the work that we put in as a unit, and just taking steps in the right direction. Other than that, the talk, the hype and all that, I mean, hype don't win you no games. So, I mean, I've been here a minute. I've been through the hype, and we don't win no games. So, I mean, for me, if it's not about winning, quite honestly, I don't really care about it. We're still trying to figure each other out. I mean, I just seen the guys in person for the first time yesterday. So, I mean, nothing feels different for me. At the end of the day, again, I'll see in camp to start. And, I mean, that's when the real ball will show up. And then really, I mean, throughout season, we'll see. I mean, things can start off rocky in the beginning, we figure it out, and things change throughout the back half or middle of the season, or we start off hot and then the bed. So, I mean, it kind of just depends for me. At the end of the day, to me, it's about winning. And I feel like we go out there and we win on Sunday, I feel good about everybody.
Jaylon Johnson, salty veteran, seasoned by losing, unfortunately. But, it's hard not to really kind of like that chip on his shoulder that he seems like, some of these tougher years have put there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it took until this point for him to be like, all right, listen, because this is a completely different tune that we've heard from Jaylon Johnson, even in the offseason, where last year, he was really excited about the team and what was going to happen and that they were going to, find their flow and this was going to be a competitive team. And then it wasn't. And that's something that I think is really healthy this time of year, is to kind of, again, temper those expectations. I know I'm the one always preaching it, but it's nice to hear from a player now to be like, hey, I'm not going to get excited until we start winning games in November and December, and that we are competitive and we are challenging for the division or for a playoff spot or anything like that. Like, that's when you can get excited. But it seems like, again, all of those guys have that expectation and they understand kind of where they're at as far as the offseason, and all of this excitement and hype doesn't mean a whole lot until you really get into how you all play as a team and see that against NFL competition, which isn't going to come until September. So I really appreciate that outlook, because I feel like there has been some of that's honestly been lacking. Norm, like I feel like I'm always the wet blanket, and I've been the wet blanket for the past couple of years, saying, hey, can we just see what happens on the field first before we expect playoffs, or we expect, them to contend for the division? Can we just, temper those expectations by waiting and seeing? Because I've watched this team my whole life. You've watched this team your whole life. They, not to be crass or not to be they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt from me and from everything that I've seen. And I don't,
that's not just you, and that's just fair. From around the league, just looking at them. I think that is fair too. It's coming up on now 40 years since you won the Super Bowl. It's coming up on almost a decade and a half since you've won a playoff game. So I think that is a great attitude from Jaylon Johnson. I think you're right. I think there needs to be more of that. I like this salty veteran ship, have the chip on your shoulder, come ready to play when it matters. You're not going to win anything now. Come ready to play when it matters in September. And if you work hard now, that's going to pay off then. Right. And I think that's a great attitude, and that's a veteran leadership for sure. But hey, you could be hyped up. You could be as excited as you want here. We're not going to temper those expectations too much. This is the Bears on the Marquee Podcast, and we love getting hyped in April.